Hey guys, Celestian here. Second, my keybind wasn't working. As today's title suggests, I am back on the prison's fadecloud prison server. Now, I have updated my schedule slightly, trying to adhere to different time zones as well. I can't adhere to the British all the time now, can I? Yeah, I thought today I'd start off by just doing my normal thing, breaking through the mine, leveling up, seeing how far I can get without having to sell hot potatoes. But speaking of hot potatoes, 30 minutes. Well, I am a bit late because I had to go have a bonfire up the field with a bunch of rubbish. Then me and my grandfather went to go pop an eye on the sheep. Oh, CJ, how you been, dude? Uh, little heads up, if you've been messaging me on Discord, CJ, my account got disabled, so I actually have a new one now. This Discord was, well, they were poopy. And yes, we do love a good prison server, especially one that allows me to fly. And one that has really cool abilities like the Dragon Burst. Actually kind of caught me off guard there. Wasn't expecting you to show up. Oh gosh, I just saw a pop up for Tommy in it being live. He has a beard now, it's weird. I've been seeing all over Twitter people reposting Tommy in it with a beard. Just no offense to the guy, just doesn't feel right. Like seeing him with a full-on beard going. It is not my fault. My grandfather dragged me off to the farm, and I could not get back in time. You can blame him, not me. Plus, I also am going to try and stream around this time to adhere to any American viewers that I might have out there, like CJ, for instance. And potentially Leviathan will show up. Because, I mean. Oh, well, as I said, trying to adhere to the Americans. Because during the time that I'd normally stream at 5 o'clock, most Americans will still be in school. Because time zones and whatnot. Doing that fabulous fingernails emoji, CJ. I need to get my own emotes for the server, but I don't think I can actually do that till I at least get affiliate. So who knows? I'll have to look into it. Dark Wizard. Ooh, sucks to be. Sucks to still have to go to school. Am I right? Some people actually did have some good memories at school. Others not, and I sympathize with those that did not. I know what it's like. The upgrade has been really active. That is unexpected. Probably check auto mine. You have a car? When did this happen? I managed to get a new robot. You having a car just makes me feel older than I already feel. Like I've known you from Gemcraft from like when you were what, 13? At least it's not that bad then. I was expecting you to say, "Oh yeah, you've had a car for like the past year or something." Fortunately for that person, I am not buying shards. I'm just going through getting as many as I can. But myself. I know you don't really play Minecraft much, CJ, but I think you would probably enjoy this server. It's really fun. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Like, damn. Oh, the Dark Wizard found me more orbs. Trying to get at least full wind armor before I level up and get into the earth shards because, well, I messed up that last time. Tell me about it. Oh, well, don't tell me about God, because I mean, atheist, but I know it's been a long time. I mean, heck, you knew me whilst I was still going through my Undertale phase. That's the one thing I do miss about playing on GC, creating those chaotic structures, but I can do that on other servers now. Actually able to successfully mine 3 layers at once. Actually kind of cool. You gotta admit, I did some pretty big builds back on GC. So over the years, I lost a lot of motivation. And with having to constantly swap over from my alt back from this account back to my alt account, it just wasn't sustainable lifestyle. And the fact that GC is still on 116, like, come on, we're nearly in 119. Get the lemon plugin makers to get their crap together to update the server. I don't actually think you ever managed to trap me in the Mesa colony. I remember Cordonia. You tried, and I started making that little desert town, which ended up well. And I never finished it. I'll be honest. I never finished Sandtown or whatever we called it. Time Valley, I think. Yeah, I think it was Time Valley. Literally every single one of my bases on that server was always hidden under a TARDIS. Well, that was until I hit the Dream SMP arc and started making redstone doors all around the server. Not another one. Think about all the modded servers we tried to do back in the past that everybody we spoke to lost interest to within a week. Funnily enough, I had hidden bases all over them as well. Do you remember what magic mod we used to use, which gave the illusion blocks that I always used to make doors with? I was trying to remember whether it was Ars Magica or a different one. Obviously, my memory is a potato that is been peeled and cut and turned into scallops. Only 2 armor shots. Also, one thing I don't like about this server, armor. It's about the American way. It annoys me. Oh, it was Ars Magica. Nice. My memory isn't as broken as I thought it was. That is a relief. Probably should upgrade my pickaxe a bit. Chance to shoot vertical I'm sorry, what? Chance to shoot vertical crosses. I'm sorry, since when did the Christians get access to laser technology? I'll upgrade my orb greed. Get that to activate more frequently to get me more orbs. That is true, but you would also need a way to advertise it to people and constantly do updates to make people want to stay interested in it. I mean, like prison servers and things like that, they always have a reset. I'm guessing that was due to the Christians with lasers comment. Just imagine that. A bunch of Christians in the future just going around with bloomin' laser rifle. You can see it in like 1,000 years, Christians are gonna rise again, have a great crusade where they just march to the Holy Land with lasers. Dark Wizard. I don't even know what the Dark Wizard is. Well, that isn't a surprise. You're almost always playing Genshin nowadays. I mean, let's not forget what that was literally you tried getting everyone in your Discord into playing it. I should manage to succeed with a lot of them, but I could never really get into it that much. Just wasn't my cup of tea. Is that's actually a very common British phrase. I mean, a lot of us do drink tea. I will give us that. Ah, what drew you back? Was it a really attractive male wizard by chance, or swordsmith? Because I mean, come on, everybody knew that you didn't play Genshin for the women. I mean, I did, but well, I'm more chaotic. Somehow, in the time from our last speaking, I have got even more chaotic. I mean, heck, I'm a bloomin' PNG tuber. Yes, I know I'm so British. I was born in England, I was raised in England, I'm gonna be British. At least I never make any comments about you being a Floridian. I'm not even sure if that's what you call people from Florida, that's just what I've always called you guys. Floridians. Floridian is a funny word to say, it just rolls off the tongue better. Don't start, Moss! I- I'm adaptive, okay? If I'm in a situation that requires me to be a bit more posh British, I will. Not like I do it on purpose. Like from the amount of times I used to be in voice chat calls with CJ and company at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I used to pick up the American accent from those guys, which caused a lot of confusion in my life. So thank you for that, CJ. Because a lot of people assumed that I was American because, well, my voice picked up the accent. So funnily enough, I can never actually do the accent on purpose. I can do an Irish accent on purpose, but never an American one. I have control over my power, but not enough. Shush. It's just funny because you get flustered a lot. I get to say it. Not my fault you're adorable, Moss. Yeah, I miss you too, CJ. So your Discord server, despite your efforts to revive it, did end up going under again. See, that's why I said, was it a hot male that lured you back? What do you mean then, Moss? That's not what you were talking about. I don't normally use the word flustered out of context. I mean, I'm using it now, but that's because it's being talked about. My pickaxe and orb pet both got up to level 19. Fair enough. To be fair, at some point I might call on your expertise to help me set up one for my Twitch account, because I have no idea. Oh yeah. Yeah, now I remember. You forget, Moss, my brain is a sponge and my memory is water being wrung out at literally every second. I mean, heck, only the really important bits stay in. Like, I remember events that happened to me in my life, and that's pretty much most of it. I do have an excuse. I've been through trauma. Trauma is a very good excuse. I might laugh about most of the trauma I went through now, but that doesn't change the fact that it really did affect my life. But am I going to go to therapy for it? No. Am I an idiot for it? Probably, but I'm still not going. I would rather isolate myself in a cave for like 3 days than go to therapy. At least then I might have some sort of brainstorm of how to sort myself out. To be fair, it wouldn't be too bad, just relaxing in a cave. I've never not admitted I've been through traumatic things. I just always admit that I'm never going to therapy for them. Also, for the fact I think therapy is a sham. I literally paid to listen to you, which just. It doesn't sit right. That could just be my broken mind putting two and two together to make fish, as the Minecraft maths would have it. Uh, I don't like thought of having to go to therapy to deal with my problems. Am I wrong, CJ? I've never been to a therapist. I always was the therapist. It's Minecraft maths. There was a mod that added a little. Actually, I think it's like the DecoCraft mod that adds a chalkboard, and on the chalkboard it has 2 + 2 = fish. Just a fun little thing that I tend to reference whenever talking about maths whilst playing Minecraft. Which is also why what I'm referencing. If you ever heard me say in real life that people are adding 2 + 2 and making fish. Who are you calling a therapist, CJ? Moss is Moss isn't my therapist. Moss is more important to me than any therapist ever could be. But oh my stars, literally. I don't think in the short time of me playing I ever actually got a 5-star from that. Then there was you, Ian, Charlie bragging about all your 5 stars. I was just like, yeah, cool. Anyways, this one goes zap with electric. We have talked about flattery in my stream, Moss. Oh, I completed a quest. Nice. I can't even show, like, Darth blushing, because we've also been over that it's impossible to make a helmet blush. And considering technically my helmet already does that when I speak, because, well, am I hell gonna try and rework the PNG? That takes effort, and I ain't about that life. Hmm. Are you wearing your glasses? Yeah, you might not be able to see it if you don't have your glasses on. Like I said, my levels of chaos have increased exponentially since my days on Gemcraft. I might revisit once they finally update it to 118. I mean, who knows when that's gonna be? Chaos reign. I regret nothing. I regret nothing that I've recently done. There are things in my past that I have regretted, but oh well, that's in the past now. Ain't much I can do about it. I mean, technically there is if I ever figure out time travel, but probably about 10 years away from figuring that one out. If I actually put in the effort to try and figure it out. And that's effort. Never mind. I'll get around to it eventually. Ah, it's Thai. They normally buy hot potatoes. Hey, I have the speed and haste. I can literally just bore through it, waiting for the Dragon Burst to activate so I can go on to the next 2 layers. Plus, mining is always a good background when talking to people. I mean, you should pop in for one of my SMP streams, CJ. All I do is mainly just hang around my base, thinking of things to do, popping in on my mob grinders. I actually need to do some more work on draining that damn ocean monument. I might ask if a staff member could very, very, very kindly drain it for me. They probably won't, but never hurts to ask. I mean, I asked Blue if they would drain mine on GC, and they did, so if Blue would do it, I don't see why the staff on the Fruity SMP wouldn't. I also made sure that nobody could ever get any of the OP weapons and armor I had at my bases. Even after abandoning all the claims, I literally took all the good stuff I had, my netherite, my gem weapons, things like that, put them all in an ender chest. So nobody can take my weapons and become a tyrant using them. It doesn't matter to me. I'm probably never gonna go back on there on that account anyway. But just knowing that my hard-earned tools and weaponry won't be used for evil. Unless somebody finds my vault of netherite armor. I had like 8 sets in that vault, so... Hmm. Why am I in a bowl? I don't... Out of all the things to put me in, why a bowl? I am a fruity salad, I am not fruit salad. Okay, technically I am a fruity meatball, but there is a difference. That would actually be technically it's already a thing because there are vegan meatballs, but imagine a meatball made out of like apples and things like that. That would taste weird. Yeah, my pickaxe is level 20. Nice. Have I unlocked anything new? No. What is it with that winking emoji? I see it a lot, but I have no idea what it's meant to be for. If you want to use a winking emoji, just use the actual winking emoji. Like, despite being on Twitch for like 5 months now, I still have no idea what the emotes are meant to be used for. And obviously, I want to make my own at some point. Oh, hey, Tiny. What's up? Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you play Sonic Racing Tales. I mean, it's bound to happen eventually. Although, I never actually had that problem with any of the Sonic Racing games I used to play. Or Sonic Unleashed, at that matter. Also, that makes sense that the typical wink turns into that damn Twitch being confusing with emojis. I have 41 shards and I need 6. Up. Hmm. Have you considered taking a break from the Sonic games? Just for a bit to let your creative centers have something new to work with. Not that I'm a therapist or anything and know what to do, but just a thought. I mean, like, heck, you could potentially install Fortnite, and when Rust is streaming, potentially try and get into the game to torment them. I suppose with some games it's not really that easy, but I mean, surely it's not that hard to get past the Sonic brain rot. I would say I play it sometimes, but I actually play it a lot. I try to keep up to date with the season and what's going on in it. I'm kind of invested into the storyline now. Do you even know who I'm talking about, CJ? Are you just saying that about like the rust that cuts onto metal when it oxidizes? Or about the game? You could be on about either or. Could mean the game, or you could mean what happens to metals when oxidized. But the rust I'm talking about is a person. They're a fellow streamer who actually helped me set up PNG Celestian. I was asking what you were doing the vomiting emoji for, whether it was for the game, because of the game, or because of some other reason. I know you know the game. Sheesh. Pretty sure you tried to drag us to play it at one point in time, but the other said no. Personally, is understandable. Not a lot of people like those kind of games. Damn Dragon Burst, always causing a lag spike through my laptop when it activates. Yeah, I think we tried saying that at one point. Uh, just never really got into it. Fair enough. I mean, the brain wants what the brain wants. The brain wants what the brain wants. Well, they are British, CJ. Don't forget, Moss is British. I mean, you've been in enough VCs with me. The fact that you know the game by name, despite not really being a gamer, is a step up. I just realized, time. Yes, you are surrounded. See, now put the money in the bag. Before I end off, I'm gonna open my crates. Here's nothing really good in that perspective. Multiple rewards. No, I didn't receive one reward. Well, that is true. Americans do curse quite a bit. British people have been known to do it a lot more, especially the Aussies, because they were technically once British. We just shipped our prisoners down to Australia when we couldn't handle them, pretty much. Could have sworn I literally just got the pearl key. Blasphemy. Hmm. They can try all they like. What are you? Yo, I'm actually gonna flash pets. I am sorry, little orb pet, but I'm going to be swapping you for one that gives me money and orbs. I swear, CJ. You and Bloomin' Genshin. I'm probably not gonna reinstall it because, well, that's effort. So that is probably where I'm gonna leave it off. I'm gonna take it out up here on the one of the little spaceships. And I'm a bit over my 30-minute time slot that I give myself. I got a bit distracted and carried away because communications. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Obviously, I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. If you are ever free, just pop in. And as always, Dar Celestian, signing out.